name is Ian Beadle. I've been here in the community for 28 years, I think. And as a profession, I'm an air traffic controller up at Bristol Airport. I joined the Village Fund about, I think, 12 years ago. The Village Fund itself has been running for over 30 years. It was set up with an aim and a constitution of making money for the village and giving it back to the village organisations. Generally speaking, voluntary organisations, often children's groups, preschool, primary school, guides, brownies, etc. And our ethos really is to try and provide community entertainment and bring the community spirit together. And then every penny of profit that we make, we then put into a fund, and local organisations bid to us for generally small amounts of money. We don't normally give more than about £1,000, but that can be really important when people are trying to put a project together to try and match their funding or build on their funding to allow them to provide something for the community. We try and do 3 or 4 events a year. Generally speaking, they're relatively small scale. So we would, for instance, do something very simple like a quiz night for 80 people. We've had some very successful racing nights where we get a company in and they provide horse racing videos, and people bet on those, except they don't bet real money, but it's good fun. Similarly, casino nights, which are great fun. One of my most memorable ones, I think, was a murder mystery night where we had a group of people from the community who played different parts, and people had to try and guess who the murderer was over a dinner. We had quite a lot of people attending that. That was really excellent. And then we've done various bigger events over the years. We joined with the school PTA to do a fete. I think the last one was back in 2018 before the pandemic. We've done fetes on our own before, harvest festivals, and obviously the Jubilee that's just happened and previous Jubilee celebrations. So we don't do massive events, but we try and have something in the calendar every quarter for people to come along to. I have to say that the community spirit, which was demonstrated recently at the Jubilee, is obviously very strong. People are very keen to come and help us. The bit we struggle with sometimes is getting people to come along and be on a committee. Every successful organisation has a committee. I'm incredibly fortunate to have some wonderful characters on the committee, and they're very, very committed. But we struggle for younger folks to get to represent the younger generation. And we also just struggle to just find 2 or 3 new people to come in and bring some fresh ideas and some fresh blood. Most of us have been there at least 10 years, maybe more. And although we love it and we're not thinking of leaving, it would be lovely if we could find another 4 or 5 people to come and join us. It took us about 9 months, I think, to organise 4 days of celebrations for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. And that was a big commitment. And we also organised a further 3 events over that 9 months as well. So a breather, I think, is the first thing. We will do an autumn event, which will be something fairly simple, something that we've done before, possibly a quiz night or one of the other nights that I mentioned to you. I think we are looking to support a Christmas lunch for people who perhaps don't have someone to have Christmas lunch with, or people who are unable to perhaps afford the Christmas lunch that they would like. And we're likely to team up, I think, with James Kennedy, who's just setting up a community cafe in the village around about Christmas time, and we'll have more news of that as we get into the autumn, I should think. But that's certainly something that is on our radar that we would like to do. If somebody would like to apply for a grant, they can get in contact with me directly. There are also a number of other members of the Village Fund whose names are out in the village. I think we're probably in touch with just about all of the organisations within the parish. And what I should have said is that our grants only go to individuals and groups within the parish of Churchill. And therefore those groups know that if they want to, they can come to us and we will help them. And I think we've probably helped just about every group in the village at some point in the last 10 years. quite a lot of new builds in Churchill and Langford now. We would love those people to come along. We did a survey during lockdown as part of the community support that Trevor Smallwood did with the Minibus Society. And part of that was a questionnaire to try and understand what the households within the community wanted in terms of entertainment, community events, etc., etc. We got a good response to that. And we're hopeful that perhaps something as big as the Jubilee has attracted some new members of the community to come along to our events, but I guess only time will tell. But yes, if I were to want anything for the Village Fund, I think it would be traction across the entire community rather than those people that already know about us.